Canon V10, and here's the SmallRig cage for the V10. I'm going to unbox this, put it on for the first time. I really like the Canon V10, becoming a big fan of it so far after using it for a production, and I'm going to turn this camera into my main YouTube camera. For the past few years now, not this camera, but this camera has been the one I was using for pretty much all my videos, unless I'm doing a camera test. I would shoot it on the Sony ZV-1, not the ZV-2. This is the ZV-1, and it's in a U-Rig cage. Very good camera for, I think, what I do for these little YouTube videos. And it's good for a lot of things. I think a lot of people have been using this and are for a long time for vlogging, for just everyday use. This is just has been a fantastic camera for me. But I'm going to now transition to the V10. It's been a few days now since I purchased the SmallRig case for the V10, Canon V10. I don't think I'm going to keep this. I don't really like this case. There's not a lot of options, and I don't think this is a good one. I'm reading a little bit more about SmallRig. I understand there was some sort of collaboration that SmallRig had with Canon. That's how they were able to make this cage as soon as the V10 was available. But I'm looking at this now, and it's just not as functional for me. So the main thing being, on the bottom, I wanted an Arca Swiss. So now I have to screw in this Arca Swiss in order to put it on tripods. And I want it built in. Like other cages now have Arca Swiss built into their cages. It would be nice to have it built in here, but then it would also be covering up the SD card slot, the micro SD card slot, so I guess they had to do it that way. Also, in order to fully take out the table stand here, they couldn't have an Arca Swiss there, because then it would have interfered. There might be a way to engineer this, but it's partly Canon's design. I just don't think, now that I'm using this more, that the V10 is really made for any kind of cage. It's really hard to build a cage around this when there's so many features about the V10 that prevents a cage manufacturer to design around it. Even here, so on this side, there's two areas where you can screw in the included cold shoe, but when you screw this one in up here, it kind of blocks the USB-C just a little bit. So if you had a really thick USB-C cable, it won't fit in. So that's why I had to relocate the cold shoe here from the top to the bottom. And then I also noticed a little bit of rattling noise. I think I got rid of it. It was that the push button wasn't as secure, but I'm gonna detach it. This is also plastic. I think I paid about $40 for $40 or $45 for this, and I don't think it's a good value, a good deal. It's better than nothing, but just seeing how simplistic the V10 was already designed by itself, I can just screw on Arca Swiss plate. I guess I'm just gonna have to do that. And then when it comes to the lens cap, I did like the lens cap. Out of the entire package accessories that this comes with, the lens cap is what I liked the best. But even the lens cap, it's very cheap. It's just this rubber. And when you put it on, it kind of latches in a little too tight, so you have to use a fingernail to pry it open. I've seen other lens caps where you can permanently screw it on, and then they have a mechanism to open a shutter. So it's like a lens cap shutter. But the one I've seen online, they're about like $16. So just for the lens cap, paying $16 when this already costs, $45, that's just yeah, I'm not satisfied with this. So I don't think I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm just going to use the V10 naked like it is right here. Probably this is how it was meant to be used. I might eventually find just bite the bullet and get one of those lens caps to put over it, the one with the shutter. And if I do get it, I'll do a review of it because I am worried that the lens isn't protected. But when mounting it on a tripod, I'm just gonna have to put on and off the tripod plates, and just have to deal with it that way. I wish there was a better design. Maybe if they would have put the micro SD card on the side and then left the complete bottom open so that designers could put a permanent plate down there, that would have helped. And then this whole mechanism of the table stand, it's nice, but maybe the way it was designed, it also prevents accessories from being used. So if you have the V10 and you're debating about the SmallRig, to me it's not worth it. But if this looks like you need these kind of things and my problems with it isn't your problems, then you should get it because there's really no other option right now. But otherwise, I would not get the SmallRig cage. But let's say you want to mount a microphone or a wireless or something that needs a cold shoe, because this has no cold shoes at all. Let's say you wanted to do that and you didn't have this cage. I have another piece of gear that I got for my GoPros a while ago. This is from Ulanzi. This is an Ulanzi PT13. If they do sell this still, I'll put a link below to affiliate link to purchase it. But with this one, you would screw on a GoPro, and then here you have 3 cold shoes. It's rotatable, and it moves just by friction. And then there's some nuts here that you could screw it in to tighten. So there's one here, one on this side, and one on the bottom, so you can tighten it if it's too loose. So the way that this works is that you would screw this on the bottom, like this. And then you can mount it different ways. I guess you could mount it this way if you wanted, but let's just mount it sideways. And then here, you have a little bit of a, sort of like an L bracket. And then here you can mount your accessories and then plug them in. Since the mic port is on this side, maybe you'll want to swap it over to this side here like that. And then you can use it this way. If you want to mount it on a tripod, on the bottom, there's still a 1/4-20, so you can get your plate here and screw it here. Or there's also a 1/4-20 on this bar here, so you could screw it on like that as well. And then, with those tripods now, from the Mi Photo, those smaller tripods, the Arca Swiss tripods, if you do it that way, see, I just demonstrated here, this will still fit in. This won't block the connection to a lot of those tripods, those portable travel tripods with Arca Swiss. So I can do this, and then now this might be a good solution for a lot of people. So you'll just pop the camera in like that. Do you still have access? Well, you still need to take this off in order to access the SD card. But yeah, this could be an option. You have all your accessories you want to put on this side. You can still mount it on your tripod, and you can keep this clean. And then just get a lens cap. So this is another option that I just happened to have this, and I thought, well, this might be a better solution. There's other ways to mount this and to create accessories. I wish some manufacturer would come out and make a better cage for this, but maybe it was never meant to have a cage, and maybe you should do something like this.